My name is Hector Mendoza. This is part 6 of a 8-part series on Symbility, and basically what I'm trying to explain is on this particular thing is I've already explained how the blocks work in Symbility, and what these things are. They're reference points for cabinetries. You can even do it for microwaves, stoves, refrigerators, anything that you want to have a measurement for later reference. Okay, so I've already explained how that thing works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this cabinetries, and I'm going to show you some. So I'm going to close this one here because I have another file with without the cabinetries. I got the house redrawn, and so this is where we left off when so let's go to my room. Okay, so you know, there's a lot of things that I could a lot of ways of doing this. I can do it directly just by going in and measuring, or I can get the measurements and then draw it, which is a lot faster because you're not going up here. Actually, we're going to do it the way I do it. Okay, so and this is how I normally do it. So this is my kitchen. Okay, now my nuke is facing down there. My kitchen is going exactly like I have it on the computer. It's a lot easier, less confusing doing it this way. So like I explained earlier, the first thing, whenever you're going to put a block, whatever room you have selected, it's going to center it right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to start right here on this corner. And so by now you should know that if I try to select this this wall, it's not going to see that this block until I go in and move it over. Now it would see it here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to do the base cabinet first. Okay, so let's go ahead and enlarge this area here. Okay, so this would be my width of the cabinet, right? So so all I would do, I could use my laser, okay, and place something. So right now it's not going to use the laser. So watch, let me show you. So if I click here, you see it didn't activate this, and the reason it's not activated is because you have to go, and it's an off and on feature. So if you go to the Symbility logo, go to preferences, go to Distil, hit automatic detect, hit OK, then now when you try to select the width, it activates this Distil. So let's say that I want it from here to here. All I will do is click, and then you'll hear it. That means it took it, right? Or, you know, I could have used my measuring device, and I'll show you how to do that in relation to using a Distil. Now, the height of the cabinet, and you see this thing right here, it tells you where you need to be at. Okay, so I'm going to get my Distil. I'm going to click right here, and it took it. Okay, so I got the width and the height. Now, this right here, this 3 right here, is my depth. Okay, so I could click here, go right here, and now it's at my depth, which was 2 feet. Yeah, 2 feet. Your base cabinets are usually 2 feet. Your uppers are usually 1 feet. So this dotted line right here is a separation between the nook and the kitchen. So that's where this thing actually starts. Okay, now, so the rest of it is going to be real easy because now we got a base. Okay, now, so let's add a upper cabinet. So I am going to hit Control C, Control V. Now watch this. If I try to set this on top of that, it's not going to let me. You know why? Because the the base height is 0. So you cannot stack two things on top of each other. Okay? So what I could do is I could move this guy right here. Okay? I'm going to click on my wall editor by clicking here. Now I got two cabinets. Oh, it selected the garage. So watch this. I need to go to the kitchen, click here, and now it selected that. So it didn't find my other cabinet. So let me see why. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my floor plan. I'm just going to delete it out of there, and I'm going to show you an easier way to do this. So for some reason it didn't take that one. I think it's because it knew that it could, because it didn't have a base height different. Okay, so let's click here. Let's go to my wall editor, and again I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to click here because this is the wall that I'm looking for. Now this is that door down here. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control C, Control V, and it's going to center it at the center of the wall, right? So now, right now, it has the characteristics of this. Okay, so I need to get this characteristics of this because, first of all, the depth is different, right? So I'm going to click on depth, and I'm going to use my little Distil, and you can hear it. It took it. So it moved it that way. Okay, so now the height of it is this right here, right? So if I click on the height, that's going to be kind of hard to measure with my Distil. You know, if I was taller, you know, I could do that. I just need 1 more feet, but unfortunately, I'm not that tall in a way. So I'm glad that this is a situation so you can see, even though you can use your Distil, you can still use this thing here, your measuring tape. So I'm going to measure it, and it is 2 feet 6 inches. Okay, so even though this is selected to use the Distil, if you click at this little icon right here, and all you got to do is type 2'6", 2 feet 6 inches, and then hit enter. And you see right here, now it says 2 feet 6 inches. Okay, now the thing that we have to also deal with is the base height. The base height will be from here all the way to the bottom. Two things. When you're out there, you got to know what you're doing. So you can't go out there acting like you don't know what you're doing, because a contractor, he can really sense people that don't know what they're doing. So you need to practice at home. When you get down there, you can you don't want them messing with you. Okay, so now let's say that, let me see, oh here. You know what? Y'all haven't been seeing nothing that I've been doing because that thing was in the way. Sorry about that. So, so what I did was I measured all this. Now, I need the base height, right? Now, the base height would be from the floor. Can y'all see? Yeah. So from the floor down here, which is 4 feet 6 inches, right? Now, let's say that this was all the way down here, and you couldn't get to this base height, right? There's an easy way to do this. So look, you know that, let's say from here to here is 3 feet, right? So we got 3 feet there, and then you add 3 feet, and we have 1 inch. So it's 3 feet 6 inches. Okay. So all we got to do here is type on the base height. I can't use the laser, right? Because there's no way I can hit that. So I'm going to click here. 3'6", and now. Oh, hit the wrong number. 3'6". 4'6". I got yeah. Okay. So we got 3, 4, 6. Sorry about that. 4, 6. Okay. So I can click here and 4'6". Oh, I hit the wrong one here. 4'6". Okay, now it's saying that it's too big. You know why? Because the height of this cabinet, you see right here, I put 3'6", so it's wrong. So I gotta redo this. So you're gonna hit 2. The height of it is 2'6". Yeah, 2'6". Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, so click here. Click here. 2'6". Okay, now I can hit my 4'6" here. Click here. 4'6". Okay, now you see how it looks like in relations from here to here. Okay, now that you have that, so now I got a microwave cabinet down here. All I really need is the height of that, because I already got the depth of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this guy right here. I'm going to hit Control C, Control V. It's going to slap it up there. Now watch this. I'm going to snap it to the top of that. Line it up, right? And the only thing I need to change is the width and the depth, the height of it. So if I click here, you see my height right here. Let me enlarge this. Right here's my height. Okay. So my height is only 1 feet. 1 feet. So I can click here and type 1 enter. Now you see it moved it, because that's how Symbility does it. You know, it doesn't do like Xactimate. Xactimate, you can, whatever you pull, you change, it'll go down. Like if you pull the top part up, you pull on it, it'll move it up. Symbility doesn't do that. Okay, so you see, so now I knew the height, 1 feet, so I can just snap that to the top of that. Okay, so now the last thing we have, this door is actually closer to the end. Okay, so now the width of it, you know, you can use a laser. Oh, here. So here's the width. It's from here to here. So now what I'm going to do So I'm going to click right here. You see it's saying to measure the width. All you got to do is click right here. And 2 feet 6 inches. Okay. Now I have this cabinet right here. What's cool about this, watch this. Now I got the base cabinet. I'm gonna hit Control C, Control V. I have my depth, I got my height. So all I really got to deal with is the width, right? So I could just use this and my laser. So I'm gonna click here. See, I can reach this. Right? Okay, so now watch this. You see, it really lines up to this guy right here, right? So if I move this thing, it will, here, first I'm going to move this all the way to the top. It's not going to let. Okay, so watch this. You see how it won't let me move all the way to the end? Because there's a wall here. You could actually, yeah, it's not, oh, there it goes. Okay, so watch this. Now, I have it here, right? I'm going to put it next to this wall, door. I want it to line up right here. When I move this cabinet, when I move it over, it's going to know that there's an upper cabinet and it's going to snap to that vertical plane. So I just wanted you to see. So I'm going to click, watch this. You see? You see how it snaps to that vertical plane? Now, I can put this cabinet right here. And it's basically going to be this one right here. So I'm going to hit Control C, Control V. Not sure if it's even going to let me do that, but Control C, Control V. But there was enough room. So now I'm going to snap to see, it's not letting me because of the width of it. So look, watch this. I'm going to snap to the top of it, right? Okay. Now, when I move this over, it's going to snap right to that line. Watch this. See? Yeah. So now we have those cabinets. You know, and if you wanted, you could add the microwave and the stove. So the easiest way to do that would be hit Control C, Control V. I would slap that guy right there, right? And then I would change the height, you know, so the height, I could just click in here. Okay. And actually, on that one there, I wouldn't use this part. Yeah, I would, because they would move the kitchen, they would move the stove, and this backsplash would still be back here. They're not going to just put a backsplash around here. They're going to put behind this, so basically up to here. So that will work okay. And then, so I'm going to hit Control V again, and then I would put my microwave up there. Now the microwave has a depth of 3 inches more than the cabinet, right? So what we would do is click on the depth. I can't use my measuring device. Actually, I could, because I could go right here like this. And that took it. Okay, and then now I need the height of it. Okay, so I'll click right here and change the height to Okay. So now, see, we have the cabinet, the upper cabinet, lower cabinet. We got the stove. We got the microwave. We got the microwave cabinet. We have the upper left cabinet. Except that thing is not the right height. Okay. So it's going to snap to this. Watch. See, it snapped to that. And that's the beauty about doing this kind of stuff while you're there. Like I said, we could, let me see something. You know, we could draw it out, but when I've noticed that I've gotten to my motel or wherever my office is at the time, and there was a number not there, so I had to guess. With this doing it this way, man, you can see it visually. If there's something missing, you know. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this side. There's a missing wall that I left open so that y'all can see how to do that, because I was going to add the missing walls with the cabinetry. Hopefully I didn't do it. So here, give me a break and let me change this thing around. Okay, so now we're going to work this side. Oh, there's not a lot of room here. Try it again. Okay, now do this. Yep, I can do it. Okay, so now I'm going to do this down here, and I'm going to change this because that's the here, get this thing out of the way. Okay, so now see if I click right here, that black thing you see right there, that is actually this area right here. I've already taken it out. So now, you know, I can go down here to this location, to this thing, right? I'm going to hit Control C. Now I'm going to go down here and hit Control V. Now I got my base cabinet, right? So that base cabinet actually goes down here. For right now, yeah. Okay, so let me see, it'll snap. You see it snap to that window there, right? Okay, so there's my base cabinet, one of them. Now all I got to do is figure out what the width of it is. Okay, so the width is 1 feet 9 inch. I could have used my laser, but all I got to do is click here, 1'9". Did I say 1'9"? 1 feet 9 inch, and (1'9). Okay, it took it that time. Okay, so there's that one cabinet. Now I got another one. You know, it's my sink cabinet. So, you know, some people will go in and just draw this one whole line and feel. I don't do that. Each cabinet I individually measure per cabinet. When you hurry, all you're going to do is mess up later. So it's faster doing it the other way. But man, this is it's gotten me in trouble before. Control C, Control V. It always centers it. I'm going to right click on my. I could actually use my Distil. So if I click here, go right here. See, it's a 3-foot cabinet. Okay. Now, I don't have upper cabinet, and if y'all notice, you see, this is pretty lined up to that right there. The cabinetry is over to the right a little bit, or you could actually say this is over to the left a little bit, but that equationally, the equation is going to be the same, so it's nothing to worry about. Okay, so now I can click here, back to the other wall, since I already know that these are my top cabinets, so I'm going to hit Control C. Now, when I click here, unfortunately, it's going to put it in the center, okay? So I'm going to hit Control V, and the only thing that we're going to have to worry about is the base height. We know it's 4.9, okay? So 4.7. Okay, so I'm just going to type 4'9". Oh, it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Oh, yeah, because I 4'9". Okay, so now I got a refrigerator to the right of that. Can you see it? Let me move this over a little bit now that we've already finished that side. Now we have this. Okay, we got a refrigerator. Okay, so I could, and then we also got a dishwasher right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna make the size of the dishwasher. Look, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit Control C, Control V, and okay, so I'm actually gonna go and pick from here to here, because there is a piece of wood here. So there's actually a cabinet here, okay? And the other reason why it's important is so that if I had to do the granite or laminate, I have the length. So, but there is a cabinet here. You see, this is actually a cabinet in here. So we're going to go ahead and put that guy in there. So let me see if I get my laser in there. So I'm going to click. See my let's do it this way. From there to there. Two feet 2 inch. Let me see how close that is, because that's kind of hard to use the laser. 2 feet 3 inch. So oh, 2 feet 3 inch. Bam, perfect. Okay, now just for grins, I'm going to go ahead and put the refrigerator. That'll later on it'll let me remember stuff like, oh man, I got to detach and reset. I got to detach and reset that refrigerator. So every penny counts. I mean, if you owe it to them, you're going to pay it. If you don't, you're not. But it's good to have all your ducks in line. Control C, Control V. That guy's going to go right here at the bottom. So I want to snap it to the left, and then I'm going to change the width of it first. It took it. And now, whenever you're working with blocks, it's not like working with rooms. If y'all remember with rooms, when I would click on the width, it wanted to know how far the other direction was and how tall it was. With this, whatever you tell it, it's only going to change what you tell it. For instance, if I go in here and I change the height of it, it's only going to do the height. It's not going to ask for anything else. And 5.9, and there it is. Okay, so there's the kitchen. And if you notice, there's a little bit of space, but there's a little bit of space here, a little bit of space there. Now, it's not going to let me move it because it wants to snap to something. So it's going to snap either to that side or this side. But it's still the same thing. Now, the only problem here with having that that block, that it would take the paint out of the back area. So you would have to remove that later, but I would leave it there for right now. Or what you could do, let's say you don't want to remove it, so you could go here to your floor plan and go and move it out. You could actually just like move it out of that area. It's still there, but now if you go right in here and you go to your wall editor, it's no longer, you see it as a ghost image, but it's not taking it out of there because it's only going to remove the area from the back if it's touching it or it's touching on this side or this side. So this is basically what we would be paying for if there was painting. So basically, well, actually this would be your backsplash, but you know, we're not doing that. But you see right here, you would have paint. See right in here, you'd have paint, and then you'd have paint down here. So it's doing its job. Okay, now let's go to the floor plan. All we have to do is just do the 2 bathrooms. Okay, so let me go. We'll do this full bath. This won't take long to do that. So what I'll do for a second, I'm gonna pause. Now, so we're here in this bath. So I'm facing the right direction. This wall right here is this bathtub, right? So I'm gonna enlarge that, reduce it just a hair. Now I am gonna place a block right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna just snap there, snap here, and on the width, all I gotta do is click here, and I'm gonna go. I don't want to use. Can y'all see me? Uh oh. Here. Let me cancel here because I think it's gonna keep on doing that. So yeah. Okay. So watch this. I don't want to. See if you can see me. Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to use this part right here because there's more space behind here, right? So what you got to do is you got to go up here. Okay, and the same thing, whenever you're going to measure this part right here, you don't want to measure this because sometimes it could be half an inch here. So what you want to do is measure up here. So that's what I'm going to do because I don't think you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Because once I go in here and I you know, change the, you see it, well actually, you know, I wonder if I could, no, you see, it won't let me do that. So I am gonna click here, and actually so I'm gonna change it right here. Okay, it took that. Now the next thing I want to do is do the height. Okay, so that takes care of the bathtub. Now I have one other thing, is a cabinet. So I'm placing this placeholder right here. The door's actually on this side here. Okay, so I might be able to get, so y'all can see what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can do this real quick here. No, I'm not even going to try to move the stuff around. I'm just going to measure it because, okay, so first of all, I'm going to get the width of the cabinet. Okay, I'm going to get the depth of the cabinet. Oops. Oh, okay. The depth of the cabinet. Okay, and then the height of the cabinet. Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to go to the last room, and so let me pause this thing and I'll move back. So now we have a we have the master bath right here. Okay, so basically what I have is I have the cabinet, I got the tub, then I got that shower, right? So we're going to start with this cabinet right here. Now remember, this cabinet and that other cabinet are basically going to be the same size. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to click on my master bath. I'm going to hit Control V. And what I want to do is I want to rotate it, right? So I want to see if it'll let me. It might not let me. Well, here, I'll move this wall out of the way so that and it doesn't give you that option. It doesn't give you that option to rotate. Okay, so so what we're going to have to do, we just delete that guy, and I'm going to click here. I'm going to place a block. So I'm going to click here, and first I will change the width of it, and now I'm going to use my laser. So I'll click right here, give my little Distil, and that's the width of it. Now I'm going to move it over to this location. I'm going to go and click on the depth of it. There it is. And then the height. Okay. Now I have that little well, it's a pretty big bathtub. So I'm going to put the bathtub. So I'm going to click here, get the block. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the width first. Okay, now I'm going to do the depth of it. Okay, now I want to do the height of it. Okay, so this guy goes right here. That's the wall. Now I'm going to place one more block, and that block I gotta make it small and put it right there. Okay, so I just gotta get the depth of it. Okay, so that shower actually goes down here. So it is 2.9. Did it take it? Took it. Okay, so now the last thing we gotta do is just get the height of it. Okay, so, okay guys, so there it is. So, there's the shower, there's the tub, and there's the cabinet. So, Control A, zoom to fit. So, now, there is one more thing that we need to do. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't put a fireplace right here. There's not a lot of space for it, but like I tell everybody, look man, give the customer every inch he deserves, but also remember, we take those ethical classes all the time. We also have to be ethical. We need to take that part of the fireplace, because we're not going to paint behind the fireplace, so we have to remove that. And not just that, but at the bottom, there's a little space there. We got to remove that if we're going to have tile. So I'm for the customer, I'm for the insured, and it's really not, I'm biased, you know, so I have to go by the policy. You know, I've had people tell me, well, who you're leaning towards, the customer, or you leaning towards the person working for it? Nobody. I'm leaning towards the policy. That's what the policy states. So give me a second, and then this is going to be the last one. Thank you for holding on. We're almost done. All right, we're back. So this is the area that I was talking about. Let me move this out of the way. So if you notice, right in here, this is not tile. If you notice, right, all this is tile. Well, we don't owe them for this. This could be a whole box of tile right here. Right here, it's not, you're not going to paint this. So we need to remove this from the equation of all of this. So let's go ahead and get to it. So, okay. So now the first thing is going to have to be in two parts. Actually, no, we can do it in one part. We're going to do it in one part because it doesn't matter if I draw this a square. This is just air here, right? So all we're going to do is we're going to draw this thing here. Now, here's the thing. I think we might have a slight problem here. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, so here, let me go ahead. Let's click here. The problem that I think I'm going to have is that, no, I figured out. You know, what I was thinking was that, you see how I don't have a rotating tool? Because if I had one, it would be somewhere up here. Okay, so we're going to do something different. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click and Son of a gun. Son of a gun. This also doesn't give me a vertex where I could turn the squares into where I could manipulate this area. See, that's the tool I need, or I need a way to rotate this, and I don't have it. Wow. How? Well, wait a second. Here, let me. Here, we're gonna try. Okay, no. There's always a solution. There's always a solution. Okay, so now we are. I love this thing, man. Okay, so we're gonna go to the wall editor. Okay, so now here. Son of a gun, man, it doesn't give me that option to put a block here. See, I was hoping I could put that block right in here. One second, I hope that thing don't die on me.